Hey y'all, what's up? It's your boy Evan. Welcome to the Cartoonblock. I won't be doing today's tutorial, but instead we have special guest artist Mike Koizumi, who's a storyboard artist for a major video game company, and he's going to show you guys how to draw a manga action pose. Check it out.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Drawing a character can seem like a complicated thing sometimes, right? I mean, there's so many things to consider, like the pose, the clothing, what your character looks like, maybe even the line quality. Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how I drew this manga character, and the key to keeping track of everything I mentioned is not to focus on all those things at once. The key is figuring them out one at a time. Let me show you what I mean. So, drawing a finished character for me happens in 3 stages. Here's the first one. I start out my drawings much in the same way that Evan does with his blue pencil or red pencil, circle for the head, and I want to make sure that I draw the eye line, the center of his head, so I can see the direction that he's facing. I also have center lines for his ribs and his hips so I can see the direction that they're facing. And at this stage, all I'm focused on is the pose of the character. And I'm using a really simple anatomy style to help me to do that. It's just basically tubes and circles. You know, I'm not even worried about any kind of detail like his expression, what he looks like, his hairstyle, or folds in his clothes. That's going to come next. At this stage, I just really want to focus on the proportions, making that solid, and making sure that the pose is a pose that I like and kind of captures the emotion and the feeling that I'm after. Because once you have a solid pose, that's going to give you the perfect foundation for every stage to follow, which is adding in detail and line quality. And if you don't have a good pose, all those things that come next, it's not going to matter. So now with the finished pose, what you want to do is just take an eraser and you want to gently go over the lines. You don't want to erase it fully, but you want to end up with a ghost of an image. And this would be sort of like your roadmap for this next stage, which is where you add in all the details. And here you can see that I'm starting to add in his expression, I'm starting to put in his facial features, figuring out his hairstyle, what that's going to look like. After this, I'm going to work on his clothes, what he's going to be wearing, how the folds are going to look. And you can really start at any point in the drawing that you want at this stage. I tend to start at the face because I find that, you know, when someone looks at a character drawing, they're going to be looking almost like he's a real person. They're going to just automatically look to the face, and especially the eyes. So I make sure that I spend enough time on the face to make sure that the expression is conveying the right emotion that I want him to have. And, you know, this stage is all about finding out what everything looks like. You know, you're defining the clothes, his appearance, and a lot of times you're not going to know what it looks like. You're not going to know how a jacket looks, how the folds on it looks, you know, the certain positions of the hands, and you may feel lost, or you may feel like, oh, I don't know, I can't finish this. But I just want to encourage you guys that even when you're stuck, you know, one thing that you can do, and something that I did on this very video, is look for reference. So throughout this video, you're not going to see it here, but I paused it and I had to look for reference. I went to Google, I looked up jackets, all kinds of jackets, and it can actually be a fun exercise. You know, look for a jacket that really inspires you, or a jacket that you think fits your character. It's like you're a costume designer and you want to find the perfect costume for your character that fits his character and his personality. You know, something that he'd wear. So I found this jacket, you know, with the flashy furry hoodie, and I had it on my iPad in front of me, and I just sort of learned how the folds worked on it, and it really helped me with my drawing. And like for his pants, I looked at different kinds of jeans till I found one that I thought was cool, and the folds in it helped me on this drawing. So whenever you're stuck and you're feeling lost on a drawing, never be ashamed or feel like you're a noob for looking up reference. I mean, all the great artists throughout history have looked for reference. And especially at this stage, when you're trying to find out what something looks like, reference can really help you a lot. So I'm just wrapping up this drawing, finishing up with his shoes, and now we've reached the end of the stage where we've figured out how everything looks. So now we're here for the last stage, the final round, where we're going to ink the drawing. So the first stage is just to just to recap. Stage 1 was all about finding the pose. We weren't concerned about details or anything like that. All we were focused on was proportions, making sure that the pose had the right feeling we were after. Then in the next stage, we tried to find out what exactly everything looks like, and maybe you have to use reference when you're stuck. That's totally cool. So in this stage, I really feel like you can breathe a big sigh of relief because this is the home stretch. This is smooth sailing. I just picture myself on a beach with this drawing, with a soda and a pen, and I'm chilling because all the hard work is done. You know, the first 2 stages can be really tough because of, you know, all those things we mentioned. But here, when all those things are figured out, all you have to focus on is making really beautiful lines. And like the things I'm focused on here is like you just saw the fur. I'm trying to make each tip of the fur part different and varied, so it provides interest. And like here with the folds and the contour especially, I'm trying to make all the bumps varied and different, so it's a little more interesting. So I don't always ink my drawings. I kind of sound like that commercial, that guy. I don't always ink my drawings, but when I do, I use Sakura Micron 03. Stay artsy, my friends. Alright, so where was I? Yeah, so sometimes I don't think I can come back from that. Anyway, you know, sometimes thinking about finishing a drawing or just looking at the task of a finished drawing may seem overwhelming or may seem complicated, but hopefully, as you saw in this video, if you break down all those steps into manageable chunks, you can focus on tackling those things one step at a time, and hopefully it won't seem overwhelming. And with that, this video is about to be wrapped up, guys. I'm about to finish up the inking for this character, so I just wanted to thank you for watching it and say a special thank you to Evan for letting me hang out with you guys here at the Cartoonblock. I had a lot of fun making this video, so take it easy, guys, have fun drawing, and I'll see you guys next time.
Now it's time to announce the Sonic Redesign Drawing Contest results. And the winner is Cool Drawings 99. And the winner of the Sonic minifigures is Sarah the Cat 2T7.